Well, yes. You hear the phone? It's not stopping. All you're real good, you know. Here are the two questions. The first question, text, WhatsApp, phone call. Philip, you okay? Yes, I'm okay. Your watch spoiled? No, my watch not spoiled. They have a reason that I am 16 minutes late. And I will explain to you why I'm 16 minutes late. But I want to tell you, you all owe me because I have been early for all of this week. And we've run late for all of this week. But anyway, it is Friday 21st July 2017. So let me start the bacchanal now. Get on. Tonight, all you do all your part, start sharing one time. We want some big numbers. Call everybody out. All those who are not out drinking, call them. Tell them we're inside. We have some things to discuss. And we're taking calls whole show. 682-2110. Tell them that too. Don't stick. When you call, say where you're calling from. And I like my cup.
They say my country so stressful, so tense. They say young jail.
Spread the word, share it, call them out.
Come and go. This sweet dream they go. I tell them no way. No way. How the people small-minded, cautious and loud. And proud, yet somehow I see all this foolery as window dressing. There's still a blessing.
When I tell you,
See, I just see curry, peas, rice, and cascado. You grab and galaloo, me never just give me not leaving. Not leaving. Never stray so deep and freedom don't come cheap. Where else in the world you know sweet fun and calypso?
Let me tell you why I'm late. You need to understand there's a good reason why I'm late. Now, before I tell you why I'm late, I had to tell you this, and some people will get upset what I'm about to say, because the people who want the status quo to stay the way it is don't want me to say this. But I'm going to say this now, even though it's going to cause problems. Trinidad's best kept secret is a place called Cooking Vibes on the corner of Carlos Street and Robert Street opposite Brooklyn Bar, and where Big Mike and Ian McKenzie used to have their mass camp. That place sells the best Chinese food in this country, bar none. So as regular as I could, I go there to get my lapchong shrimp fried rice and some roast pork. All of my vegetarian friends, put your fingers in your ears. Roast pork, chasu pork, nice oyster sauce, Chinese chicken, no MSG. Because your boy don't like back, really can't eat MSG. And tonight, boy, they come good. They make pepper shrimp and sweet and sour fish, so the lime run long. And then, wrapping up to leave in time to come and do the show. The owner of the place, off the menu, nobody else noticed there. The man make curry conchs and dumpling and bring first, boy. I apologize, 16 minutes late, but go by Cooking Vibes. Tell me if I know about food. That's how we train the people is.
No way. Camaraderie so special, like natural instinct.
They say the best nation in the world. You tell you no, they lie. And don't get distracted by the nonsense that the PNM and the UNC do. We go fix that.
You see, I just drink some Baba's brew, punching rum and mountain dew. One plate of bellow to me, my phone, they just bring me that leave.
Kevin, the greatest know me well. He said it had to be food. Nothing else keeping me back.
So deep and freedom don't come cheap. Where else in the world you know? Jump high, then wind down low. And if you don't get on, so they watch you see. Not leaving.
Share it up, tell them we outside. So the man, his name is John. John and Chinese man, he's called him Chinese man. They specialize in pepper sauce, they make it even the pepper sauce. It reminds me of a place I used to go for roti in Karapi, China. Even the pepper sauce made right there, telling you something. bring out. You can't just. I will make up the time. We're not losing. Princess Joe, we didn't eat the pork. We're just watching.
I wake up one morning and before I stretch, it's Friday, my doubles, me nostril don't catch. And therefore my view, an ocean so blue, I'm going nowhere.
Mikey, I endorse all the good food, man. Anywhere service good.
Sing in the trees, Chaponia and spices that waft in the breeze.
I tell people it is my experience. I will even put up with bad food for good service. The most important thing in the food industry is service, you know. And plenty people miss that. Plenty people miss that. They go all out. They go fancy. They spend all the money on the trimmings and the trappings and the appearances and the advertising. And when you go to the place, the service suck. They leaving you to some staff members who, they have no vested interest in the place. And you could tell when the staff in a place getting treated well by the owners or the boss, because they treat the customers well, naturally, all the time. And that's not something that you could fake. That's not something that you could fake. And I want to tell all the people in Toronto who in business, especially the single restaurants, you're in business now, the entrepreneurs, when you go into business, the one most important thing is service. I find, I'm not going to lie, I tell people I get buff. I tell people go Rib Shack. I love the food in Rib Shack, but the food takes too long. The line takes too long. It takes too long to order. It takes too long to get the food. And I mention that to them over and over because I go there all the time. Now I put up with it because I like the food there. But when I take people this buff, man, some people tell me, you recommend the place, I only have a lunch hour, I needed 2 hours to get the food and eat it. So you need to make sure when you're going into the food business that you take your customers and their comfort into account, yes?
While meat by the crop, a booty and laughing for his grazing. It's so amazing. You see, I just watch a football match with Trini and Yankee clash. So much for me, bossy lash, me head still dizzy. Not leaving.
David, you're just in time. We're now starting. Somebody running late. Don't call no names. Point and I will whistle. Savannah, they have a place in Caribbean China. One day I will take you. You will eat the best roti in your life. Nowhere better. You wanna fix it? You will bring our foreign-based trainees back. All who have to run. All who have to leave. All who have to run from the mismanagement and the madness.
You see, I just see curry, peas, rice, and cascado. You grab and galaloo, and never just give me not leaving.
Plenty people equate service with their ego. You need to understand something. Service builds your business. People tell one another about your business based on how you make them feel. Maya Angelou said, people might forget what you tell them, you know, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And that's true. That's the God's honest truth. Read Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Until I read that book, I was living the opposite. I was how to lose friends and alienate people. But I've been fixing it since because you have good advice in that book. James Allen, As a Man Thinketh, that's another good book to read. But back on point. This country, this little postage stamp nation, Trinidad and Tobago is the best country in the world, bar none. Bar none. Nothing is wrong with this country save and except for the neo-colonists and the bandit clan who have seized onto the country like a cancerous boil. But as soon as they call election, we come in to lance that boil and they go drain out like pus and run down the drain. And I am sorry for that nasty analogy, but it is time to deal with this. I am tired of hearing people telling me about all the problems they have. I had to tell people today, when that rain was falling hard, I know the ground wet. The ground soaking wet already. So that water have nowhere to go but to flood. And I tell people, if you're living far and you can afford to go home, go home. Go home. You're not helping nobody by staying there doing nothing till 4 o'clock and then go and sit down in traffic for 3.5 hours. You're not doing nothing for anybody. Richard Board, I agree. Organize the park and we come in. And you will be one of the speakers. Trinidad and Tobago, we need to wake up. We need to stand up. We need to speak up. Every time somebody new stands up and adds their voice to the conversation, I beam with pride. I want to applaud. I want to applaud every time a next citizen stands up and says, hey, this, you're going too far. You're going too far. This is madness. We can't continue like this. We can't continue like this. The UNC damn fast and out of place to try to pretend that they are a solution to the PNM and the PNM was supposed to be the solution to the UNC. Come now, man. And they have this saying, who the gods will destroy, they first make mad. Only listen to Ansel Roger and his arithmetic last night. Watching the video of Ansel Roger try to subtract 5,000 from 1.3 million reminded me of why we need to undo and redo this PNM education that's been boasting about. The man had, TV6 had in the corner a fella translating for the hearing impaired. And the only thing the man didn't do is give up because there was nothing else to add. Ansel Roger made himself look like a clown. And till he ended up saying, the balance of the people. But you're going up there to play a buffet, the 1%, and you can't count on your fingers. Oh gosh, man. A standard 5 child could do that. A standard 5, you look like a... And then, in the same week, we get the Commissioner of Police trying to explain to the nation through the Joint Select Committee why it must take a year in 2017 for you to get your firearm user's license. A year. But this is not 1917 or 1817 or even 1717 where the laws were written. Because we, the people, are going to sue the state. We're going to sue the Commissioner of Police office. And we're going to get that change. We're going to get that change. But I thought the first time I saw that Ansel Roger video, somebody said to me, I said, this is a spoof. This man was on Saturday Night Live. This is Ansel Roger spoofing Ansel Roger. This is not really him. This is him. This is the man who negotiated for people's wages. No wonder Petrotrin in a mess. No wonder Petrotrin in a mess. Only give the man the sums again to do over. Give him, he will realize he was wrong. Give him to do over. No wonder we can't get nothing done in this country. People, anyway, as I say, all of them who we do expose, they're exposing themselves, and not in a good way. They're exposing their lack of understanding of how things are supposed to work. They're exposing their lack of knowledge. They're exposing their lack of sophistication. They're making the country look like a joke. We have a Minister of Works and Transport. I know it. I tell all you 3 months ago he's doing this. The man's sphincter muscles doing this. It had to be. Because if we had to get the FBI involved, we're not letting the port go. I told you that, Rohan. I told you. When you bust up the port to fire the Galatia, to bring the bandit clan into the gravy train, I told you. Don't get catching this. So keep Rowley playing a game with your hand. Remember I keep telling you all about shock doctrine? Shock doctrine is a handbook for Banana Republic dictators, how to fool people. Google it, you will see it's literally for that. Shock doctrine. How to shock the people and keep them under their thumb. Trinidadians done past that. Trinidadians writing fire yourself on the car. Trinidadians looking for reason to tell people miss me with that. Check what Keith Rowley do. All I notice, I talk about everything. I talk a talkative kind of fella. You all I notice I leave the Marlene thing alone. You all I notice I leave Marlene and Berkey Burke and the president alone. You don't know why? Because I saw that from a mile away. That's Keith Rowley set up Marlene. They set Marlene up so they could sacrifice Marlene. Look, we fire she. But that wasn't enough. They misfire. So now they send Dane Wilson. Dane Wilson, drunk on Balize Kool-Aid. So he's so drunk on Balize Kool-Aid. If you cut him, Balize come out of vein. Dane Wilson gone on him to fool Trinidadians, to play he exposing Daryl Smith for 1.5. We knew Rumpaman was in play. I tell you all. Information don't come out from these political parties unless the party want to bust up a man. So they want to throw Daryl Smith to the wolves, and he chunky. So it's plenty for the wolves to eat. But Chinese here want that. Keith, you know what Chinese want? I'll tell you what they want. They want Faris. And they're not settling for nothing else. They want Faris. You know what else they want, Keith? They want Rohan. When they hear Peter, wait, look, Rohan Sinenan by the gate, Bunny, look, Faris coming. I don't want you to forget Faris. That's who they want. They want Shamfa with the phone bill. Roam, girl, roam where you want to. We don't care about you. You could roam for the next 500 years. You wouldn't waste the money that Rohan wasting every single day on that boat. Every single day. You think we getting sidetracked with Berkey Burke posing with Marlene? Berkey Burke could marry Marlene. Listen, man. You're not distracting us with bullshit, Keith. We're not taking that. You could do what you want to die with. You think you're fooling me? Dane Wilson, going on Hamer. Come now, man. That is political masturbation. That is porn. That is theater. You're not fooling us anymore. Daryl Smith is not a scalp. We want Faris. Because when the Major General said, no, sir, that was not me. Don't put me in your bullshit. What the current Chief of Defense Staff did was tantamount to a crime. Because he blamed somebody else. And he said that, man, under oath, these people, a board of inquiry, wrapped it up nice, came to a judgment and blamed somebody. Throw a man and the matter. But I wasn't even there. I didn't know nothing about this. And he called them out. So now they put out a release today saying what we should have said. But slow your roll, Pally. Wait, hold your mea culpas. Hold on to your I am sorries. Because what we want now is justice, Mr. Commissioner of Police. Will this one take a year? Mr. Commissioner of Police, what was done here was conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. Shall I write it down for you? Do you want me to research the law and send it to you, Mr. Commissioner of Police? Conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. The 6 laws that Faris Arawi broke. And whoever is the chair of the Children's Authority, we're watching you now, drawing money under false pretenses. Because if that was too lav until children get catch, and parents fighting in the courts to get the children back. And the people not taking this anymore. They cock like centipede, like mapapee, waiting for you for election. They don't put God out your thoughts and call an election, you know. They're waiting for you. A man walk up to me today, Keith, I'm telling you, you're hemorrhaging some deep pockets. A man walk up to me today and tell me, Philip, you have a real chance. And I know he have no reason to bullshit me. This is deep pockets. Men who sitting down on $50 and $100 million property. He have no reason to bullshit me. We have arrived at a place where the defense staff, the chief of defense staff, has now under oath accused somebody else wrongfully. And then, as if to make a bad matter worse, deliberately responded to a freedom of information request sent by an officer of the parliament, a senator. And you sent that to the goodly senator, sworn as fact. In response to your freedom of information request, we present this soft and runny gobar as 2 attempts, 2 bites of the cherry to pervert the course of justice. Where is the Director of Public Prosecutions and the Commissioner of Police? What do these people have to do to get justice in this country? But a stupid comment by a young, unsophisticated man on a Facebook post that could have been misread 500 ways caused him to sit down in a hole himself for a weekend. You see all your mad boy. You see all your mad Trinidadians waiting, you know. Trinidadians waiting for an opportunity to come and clean house. Undo, redo. And I'm telling you, from the top down, sideways, none shall escape, you know. None. Enjoy your last days. I remember the last scene of The Gladiator when he watched the guy and he tell him, the days of your glorifying yourself are about to come to an end. Tick tock, there's a clock on it, PNM. And no UNC, not you, Not you at all. They have nothing in the UNC the people want. The people don't want Kamala. The people don't want Rudal. The people don't want Vassan. They want nothing to. They don't want none of Pandey's offspring until Pandey and Dupre could get a story together as to who take the $1 million and send Pandey daughters to school. We ain't want no more bullshit. We don't want no more political porn. We don't want no more circus and theater. We want governance. And none of you, given the opportunity, have provided governance. You all have provided corruption, cancer, abuse, rape, time after time after time. You've had your chance. You've had more than your chance. The people not interested. Not one iota. Not one. Not one. And to those who still today, tonight, could for any reason defend the PNM or the UNC, forget about what they're saying about anything else and anybody else. Ask them. Why? Why can you? How can you? How can you defend a rapacious United National Congress People's Partnership government that went into power and stole in 5 years what 20 years of PNM couldn't thief? Kamala make more overnight billionaires than Apple. And I want to tell Kamala this. You see that bullshit you and Rodney Charles peddling, that is not me, that thief is others. Who put them in the party, Kamala? And who have them there still? Miss me with that bullshit. The UNC stands for under no circumstances. You know what I'm telling you? All I want to tell people what PNM stands for. The UNC stands for under no circumstances. Tell Marcia, brave boy, we are sending her back Grenada, you know. But stop your foolishness, Marcia, because you ain't fooling nobody. You want to get involved in politics, Grenada, a mess. Don't come here to try and hoodwink and fool people because you're getting paid to talk. We're not on that. We're not on that. We're not on that. This nation now, fed up of the political mocking pretenders. We want justice. We want governance. We don't want anything else. We don't want your goats and your bullshit on stage. We don't want none of that. We're not interested. They're not taking you on. Kamala is live. So is what's showing on TV? Bold and the Beautiful. Nobody taking you on. Not interested. Not interested. Plain talk. Plain talk. People's National Movement. What the hell that mean? Who is the people that move in? Besides the bandit clan and some overnight investors that play. You remember Elastic when you were small? Jump in, jump out, jump in, stamp. Like when they stamp $1 billion in the bank. While you feel you can't get US to send for your children in school or to bring down your drugs and your inhalers and whatever you want to buy on Amazon. Why do you think you can't get US? Because the bandits have stolen billions of dollars and are shipping it out, and they can only ship it out in US. Talk to the bank managers. I was told today that a senior credit officer in one of the largest banks operating in the Caribbean said that man's plan, Philip Alexander's plan for the housing in this country, will redevelop the middle class, and it will redevelop this country. That plan alone. And Kamala, you got that plan for free 5 years ago. And Colm jump out his short self and say, we had that plan. If you had that plan, Colm, like you said, you all had the Diego Martin bypass plan for 20 years. Why you didn't do it? Nasty. Nasty people. Keith Rowley. How many years will it take for Carnage, poor black people, to ever get that fish market? How many years? How many more years must pass before they finally get the fish market? Mandela spent less time in jail than Carnage people spending watching an empty lot of land waiting for a fish market. And you know where you went and put the fish market? Down underneath Alcoa tanks. Where when they had come and tried to build housing there, the OSHA people and the EMA come and tell you can't put people to live there or kill them. People can't be so close to that silica, aluminum there all day, every day. And that's where you're going and put the fish market people. Carnage people. The people whose vote fed and raised your children, Keith Rowley. You have no shame. You have no class. You have no decency. The people who feed your children, raised your family, is not the people you'll be golfing with. It's them same people in Carnage. The people in Factory Road who living in desperate squalor. The people in Rich Plain, Kid Rowley, have no shame. Trinidadians know that they have an aquifer in Caranage, in Chagaramas. The water is so pristine and pure that the World Health tests water quality in Chagaramas. Do you know the closest place to Chagaramas in Trinidad is Rich Plain? Tucker Valley Road. You know you could pull a pipe to Rich Plain and Rich Plain will never have a water problem again. The same kind of aquifer that Blue Water is drilling and tapping and bottling water. Why the people in Rich Plain and Covine and Mason can't get water 24/7 too? Why? Why we so stink and dirty? Why? Keith Rowley, you're a member of parliament for 31 years on these people's vote. To drive through Diego Martin now is an embarrassment and an insult to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And you are the Prime Minister. You are the Prime Minister. But you, sir, are a jackass. You will go down in history as one of the worst things that happened to this country. And this country had an attempted revolution and an attempted coup. And you have been the worst thing that happened to this country. You, Keith Christopher Rowley, you. You are a dancing puppet and a clown. You're a fool. You've made an ass of the people. I'm telling you that. I tell you that without fear of contradiction. Your term in office is an insult to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Worse, your term in office is an insult to the people of Diego Martin, Caranage, Bagatelle, those La Puerta. La Puerta people is walk till they're tired walk. You can't do nothing. If it wasn't for Ricardo Garcia, who scraped and paved that road from Diego Martin Main Road to the top of La Puerta Hill, they never see a piece of Baba Green for 50 years. You're shameless, wasteful, waste of time. The entire PNM, Colin Burt, every time I drive over Mount Cocoa Hill, I think you have to be one of the nastiest men this country ever made. You, Colin Burt, you short, waste of time jackass. You only care about yourself and feathering your nest and your friends. And you, Mr. Colin Burt, you're the Minister of Finance. Do something for the people of Maraval, man, who feed your children and raise your family. Only have no shame, no class, no decency. I can't cuss Darrell Smith for Diego Martin Central because Diego Martin Central is a revolving door. When when Patrick Manning fall out with Ken Valley and he boss up Ken Valley, he bring in Amory Brown. But he brought in Amory Brown who got drunk on Balize juice. Manning's Balize juice because Amory Brown can't saddle horse with Rowley. So Rowley had to just send Amory out of the country and was putting Justin Phelps. But Justin Phelps couldn't take the job. I think it had something to do with an article that was run on the back page of a TNT Mirror. Justin, tell me if that is true. So they snatch and grab Danielle Campbell Smith husband Darrell because Danielle is Keith Rowley's friend. And his she husband get her work. But from the first day they call his name, I said, this is a clown, a buffoon, and a fool. He has nothing to bring to the table, will do nothing of substance to the people of Diego Martin Central. And again, the three-headed hydra that the PNM has put in power in the three Diego Martins for all of their existence has reduced those people. The poor in Diego Martin are desperately poor. Diego Martin has the ignobility of boasting the most expensive properties in the Caribbean and is also a hotspot. Now dwell on that. Keith Christopher Rowley, you tell me what the people supposed to make of that. You tell me the Progressive Empowerment Party will revisit these same communities. We will create a stormwater bypass drain to prevent perennial flooding. That stormwater bypass drain from the top of North Post come right down till we reach Westmoreland, as far and inland as we could go. We will be interrupting it with retention ponds anywhere we could stop and put the retention ponds to save the water. Because 4 months out of the year, we get drought. So we will make sure that the rainwater isn't just washed away to the sea. But if you put a stormwater system, the perennial flooding will stop. The Progressive Empowerment Party plans to build a marine university in Chagaramas. We plan to build a marine university in Chagaramas, and we said so. Corbyn Wood pretended, borrowed, stole the idea, put it in the PNM manifesto, and then forget about it. But we plan to build a marine university in Chagaramas for one reason. The Yachties found us on their own. We did nothing to bring them here. We put VAT and tax and all kind of foolishness on the work that they needed and drove them away. We need to bring them back because they're safe haven during the hurricane season. Although that changed a little bit, we're still safe. We're still safe, and we will bring them back here in the tens of thousands. And if you have a marine university taking all that idle labor in Shagaramas that right now on the hustle in factories, in 1% factories in Diamond Vale, and on the hustle and looking to go and rob people and drive P-taxi just to be able to buy milk and corned beef to feed their family, give them real hope and opportunity now. Let's go down Shagaramas and build a world-class marine university, not this UTT foolishness, a world-class marine university, teach them all the skills, boat building, ship building, engine building from scratch. Let's do upholstery and sail work. This is a country that invented a boat. This is a country that invented a boat. We should be putting that. What is our boat? Our pirogue that should be all over the world. And this next guy, Janelle Penny had married him. What was his name? Bowen. He didn't invent a special boat too. Come on, man. You could create, outside of that marine university, you could provide financing for micro enterprise to set up downstream industry and turn net employees into net employers. And all of a sudden, all of this wasted passion and energy, all of this wasted manpower will become craftsmen, artisans, mechanics, upholsterers, shipbuilders, marine craftsmen. In quick time, Trinidad will get a reputation the world over, radio to radio. Yes, docking in Trinidad, they have everything you need. Price is good, service nice. You'll have no sense, no decency, no to give the people some dignity and respect, nothing. Progressive Empowerment Party promises every single person of this country who wants to own a home will get a government secured loan up to $1.5 million, zero deposit, zero interest, not 0.2.5, zero for 30 years. That means a minimum wage earner could afford $100,000. And the more I talk about this, the more people ask me, I tell you this. If the natural industry of Trinidad and Tobago doesn't provide affordable housing, the government will get into the housing business. And not from the HTC point of view. We will provide the mechanisms for you to build proper affordable housing. We'll provide that. We will support contractors. Train. You could go all over the world. Google it tonight. Google. The internet, Keith, brand new invention. Never a lot of information on it. Check it. Check it. Housing, the most important thing. Paramin. Paramin is like the food basket of Trinidad and Tobago. We treat it like a bastard stepchild. Why we not giving Paramin the support Paramin needs? There are people in Paramin that has walked for hours every day up and down hill because we wouldn't go in there, call them nasty man and but wouldn't go in there and give them people connector roads and water. Come on now, man. Come on. And this is just Diego Martin. I'm leave Diego Martin. We solve all the problems in Diego Martin. The Progressive Empowerment Party will return and build on that idea of qualifying our people, certifying our people, all our tradespeople. All our tradespeople come into the school and show us what level you at mason, what level you at carpenter, what level you at welder, what level you at fabricator, what level you at mechanic, what level are you at, so that we could take you and either certify you at your existing level and say, Master 1 apprentice, Master 2, whatever. Or we could tell you, listen, you need a 3-month course and you will be a Master 1 certified welder. And that you will move from a $200 a day hustle to $400 an hour. And it is in our best interest to develop you. Because our people need somebody to recognize that everybody has the same potential. All they need is hope and opportunity. And it is the government's job to use the nation's resources to provide that. And instead of doing that, you all have ganged up on the people and robbed them blind. And that is a shame. That is a real shame.
I wanna fly, change, fly up to the sky. UNC change. rid of past. Let the past be the past. When see brand new, they're going to tell you this is since the humble down rubbish. The party have no more rubbish. But when I look around, what do I see? Recycled politicians. I see kangaroos like Assam and Ramlogan, hopping from bandwagon to wagon.
This is a nation that is known worldwide through all the security agencies throughout Trinidad, throughout planet Earth, that Trinidad and Tobago is a narcotic pipeline from the South American narco states Mexico to the north. And they've been battling with that. The north has been battling with that. And they don't want to come and invade Trinidad. So they try to work with government after government. They give us money, they give us support. Deal with your drug trade. Deal with your drug trade. Stop the flow of drugs. The Progressive Empowerment Party will build the maritime security wall. The maritime security wall will shut our borders cold. The maritime security wall will provide customs, army, police, immigration, fast interceptor boats, attack helicopters, 3 miles out, a ring of repurposed oil barges, repurposed for accommodation and operations. All of them equipped with their own fast attack gunships, helicopter gunships, boats, fast attack boats, connected by the 360-degree radar that connects us from Florida to Brazil. So we know we will see everywhere that we need to see. 3 miles out, there will be a line. And that line will be called the Maritime Security Wall. And if you cross it, you must yield for inspection. Stop and search. And if you do not yield, they have authority to blow you out the water, to sink your vessel, to sink it. So the message will spread. Them Trinidad people mad. They sink in your boat if you don't stop for them to search it. And then we will dovetail that with a plan to unstuff the containers on the port. You see, the scanner's not going to show the cocaine, and the sniffer dogs could get distracted. You will come with your truck and you will unstuff your container. I know it is going to be inconvenient. I am sorry. But there is a price to securing this nation that for 55 years has been allowed to be a narcotic state. So for a little while, we are going to have to put up with a little inconvenience. Yeah? But it is not going to be for long. Because when the narcotics traffickers, they have to make a choice. And I will make sure our Progressive Empowerment Party government sits with our allies and say, listen, if we stop the Mexicans and the Venezuelans and the Colombians from sending their drugs through Trinidad, they may try to retaliate. We would like your support, some defense. And of course they're interested in that. Because the United States of America does not want Trinidad planes landing with people with cocaine in their belly, cocaine strapped to their thighs, cocaine in their laptop. They're tired of the nonsense. They want it done. So what we need to make sure is no more cocaine finding its way to Trinidad and Trinidad fruit juices to package and ship. No more. So when they realize that it is difficult to use Trinidad and Tobago, they will have to go and find another route. Leave us alone. All our little boys that killing one another, fighting in your gang warfare for the bullshit of your drug trade, leave us alone. To the people who tell us that we should legalize drugs, I say yes. I say yes. But first, you must be able to control your borders. Control your borders. Secure your nation. It cannot be so easy for people to jump in a pirogue, drive up to Trinidad, go in Chagaramas, take all the US out of the machine, jump back into the boat and go. It can't be so easy to leave the South American mainland and drive up any river or up onto any beach in Trinidad without so much as a excuse me. Yeah? Think about it now. Think about it, because you don't have to vote for me, and you don't even have to support the Progressive Empowerment Party. But do yourself and your loved ones and your nation a favor. Go to your leader. Ask your leader, if we shut down the nation's borders and unstuff the containers, would it end the drug trade and the gun trade? Would it end the human trafficking that have an estimated 2,500 of our people missing, rumored to be in sex slavery in places worse than here? Would it end those things? And if yes, why aren't you doing it? And if no, what is your alternative? You see, these are the kind of conversation. I don't care what color panty Keith Rowley wife does wear. I don't care. I don't care who's Zamian with who. I don't study them thing. You will never hear me in that kind of old talk. The conversations we need to be having as a people, how do we get to own a home? How do we get food self-sufficient quickly? Because you see, there's tell you, because the importers is chain people up to talk this bullshit, that it's cheaper to import than to grow. That may be so. But what happens when a drought or a problem affects your crop or your ability to sell to me? What happens to my people's need for food when you cannot supply? In a world that has crossed 7 billion souls, galloping towards 15 billion souls, in a world where food independence is the only real independence that's going to matter very soon. In about a decade, the nations that could feed their people will be considered independent. The other nations are dependent in the truest sense of the word to the people who supply them. So ask Clarence Rambarat, why are we not growing food? Ask Vasant Bharat, ask Devant Maharaj, why are we not growing food? And don't let them take you by joperies and show you 100 head of garlic. We have acres, thousands of acres of fertile farmland growing bush, growing razor grass, growing strip malls, growing cineplexes. But we're not growing food. We're not growing food. You know why we're not growing food? Because governments have been bribed by food importers to not grow food, so that they could bring in $5 billion worth of food and enslave you. Because you have two choices: eat their food or don't eat at all. Ask Kamala, who grew up, she tell you, she used to tie baji but she's a bundle body. She's a tie baji and bundle body growing up. Why you didn't make it so that the rest of the people in Central and South who want access to farmland could tie baji and bundle body when you had the chance? Why none of your ministers of agriculture focused on food production? Kamala Prasad Bisesa. Why? Tell us another lie, Kamala. Fool us again. Keith Rowley was Clarence Rambarat's job. In quick time after an accident, somebody drive into the Balize house fence and throw down the fence and squash the hedge. Clarence went personally and plant back a hedge. Is that his whole job as Minister of Agriculture? Was that his whole purpose for the portfolio? Because we're paying you all $51 million a year in salaries. What are we getting in return? What are we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, getting in return for the $51 million that Parliament is costing us? What are we getting? You all write no laws of value or substance. You enter into nothing that could look like a plan, a program, an idea, or a policy that develops the masses. We talk simple things like a beverage bill tax at the manufacturing stage that could be paid to the people who are unemployable. They could at least pick up 100 bottles for the day and get $25. Imagine that. They will pick the nation clean. The labas will drop about 6 feet, all them plastic bottles gone. And you will see formerly homeless vagrants driving around town in Tida. And I know I've been a little facetious, but we need to be serious. We need to ask why the PNM nor the UNC ever did that. Who is rewarding them? Who is bribing them to prevent them from dealing with that? Because every time the nation flood, You know, say all your nasty Trini. Remember Fuad Khan and his bullshit? Boy, and all should have run up there with a bull pistol for him. Fuad Khan with his bullshit, but he sit down in a cabinet time after time and tell nobody about how to control the plastics or who's supposed to be cleaning the river. The river that's clean itself, we are spending money and Fuad. You want to insult Trinidadians, you nasty son of a bitch. You want to blame Trinidadians. Why don't blame your UNC people who come there to get rich like you? Like you. Why don't blame them? Contractors. Eh? Blame them who getting paid to clean the river. I drive past a river in Rudal Mudilal constituency and there was a bamboo patch that growing in the river that is about 12 feet below the road. The bamboo patch about 12 feet above the road. How long it take for that to grow? A proper bamboo patch, eh? I know bamboo does grow fast, but oh God. Who's supposed to maintain the water courses? Because you're getting paid for it. The Ministry of Local Government is given a budget to take care of those things. Who's in charge of that? Well, I want to blame Trinidadians. So you want to tell them about the plastic bottles forward, but you've never provided bins. The nation has no sanitation policy that I know of, and you wouldn't put together a redemption beverage bottle bill to make it so that even for the disgusting fling your chicken box out the car jackasses we have among us, because we do have jackasses among us, even the ones who fling the bottle out the car, one man's ceiling is a next man's floor. He will find the flung bottle and get 25 cents for it. And 99 more like that, and he could eat nice. But we have no plan. And we've never had a plan. And we've pretended at governance. And we've been very, very good at distracting the people and baffling them with bullshit because we don't intrigue them with intelligence. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has collapsed. It is not capable of doing anything other than going after small petty thieves. So the big shot billionaire bandits evades anything like prosecution because our police service not set up to deal with that. Our justice system has now made itself a joke. Because all the lawyers tell the Chief Justice, fire yourself. The Chief Justice say, come and make me. That's Trinidad. He appointed a woman to a position who was erroneously appointed. And that's okay. You fire her the same day and now she's suing you. That is the bullshit of Trinidad and Tobago. That's what passing for justice and an administration of justice. We have to undo, completely scrap it. We have to scrap it to the ground and redo it. All those cases, you need to set up a cold case court and put some senior judges there and say, listen, I'll deal with that. But everything that happening now, happening in a current case court, set the systems where lawyers are mandated to deal with matters in a, what does they say? Justice delayed is justice denied. In this country, a woman takes 17 years to get justice after being raped inside a police station by the senior police officer. This is a country where it took 25 years to sentence a man for breaking into Stevens and Johnson's. 20 years after Stevens and Johnson's done closed down and gone out of business. Justice delayed is justice denied. Trinidad and Tobago, the Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic, we specialize in that. 15 years, $150 million later, Asian Steve and the rest of the bandits from the Piaco inquiry still walking free. Money after money after money. And it don't matter. Because lawyers' friends getting rich. Bouncing up in tribe eyes. Hey, I like your new outfit. Good to see the state, of course. And we don't see that. Because no one raindrop ever considers itself having caused the flood. So when that same jackass in the fancy outfit go back to her car and her 2 tires missing, boy, this country nasty, eh? And she don't understand that is her lifestyle that contributes to that. This is where we are. This is who we are. And we need a wake-up call. Before Trinidad runs aground, there's nobody going to come to save us. Nobody. When this finally burns down, all of those who have feathered their nests will leave their fancy mansions with curtains blowing in the breeze and go to their mansions in Miami and London and Paris to ask with you. Yeah. Progressive Empowerment Party meets tomorrow at noon. We meet tomorrow at noon at 19 Stanmore Avenue. The purpose of the meeting is to build out the party. We need you to come and get on board and be a part of the change. We have strong ideas and a commitment to Trinidad and Tobago. We have a very powerful team and we're building out by the day. With each passing day, more and more people get on the PEP train. The silent support is big, it's overwhelming, and it is starting to echo into the public space. I am watching the threads on social media where the people trying to attack me and people that I do not know, who have no affiliation to me or the Progressive Empowerment Party, standing steadfastly in my defense. Just because I'm speaking out. And they're asking, if you don't like him and you don't want to vote for him, what are you suggesting instead? That we continue with a status quo that has failed us for 55 years? What are you suggesting? Tomorrow at noon we meet. And every week it gets bigger. And every week it gets better. You need to come and be a part of it. It's not enough to say I like. It's not enough to say I care. It's not enough to say I share. You have to actually come. Your house is on fire. It may be proverbial now, figuratively now, but literally it's coming soon. It is coming soon. The people in Venezuela could never have envisioned 15 years ago one of the wealthiest nations in the world could have come to that. And it fallen still. They could, and Trinidad is a dot. We have 1.3 million. Venezuela about 35 million people. Trinidad is a dot to Venezuela. We have people on the SSTNT, this nice, well-crafted wooden sailing boat sailing down the road, ripping out floorboards to light fire so they could stay warm, not realizing that they're sinking the collective boat. It is time we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, stood together, one people under one flag, and said, you know what? We hear your racism, we're not interested. We hear your promises, but we're contrasting and comparing it against your delivery from when you've had office. And you stand wanting. You stand accused. You stand accused of facilitating theft and corruption, abuse of the people. You stand accused of failing to deliver. Even your HDC nonsense was used to maraud and rape, to fatten and enrich finances. Every day people posting another video of another set of houses that finances have been paid for that could never be delivered to the people for some reason or another. Abuse after abuse after abuse. Rape after rape after rape. Shameful. Shameful. Neither the People's National Movement nor the United National Congress have a clue, a plan, a program, an idea, a policy, or even an intention to fix this country. Their main purpose is to rape the treasury, to fatten their finances. How do they rape the treasury? They do it by giving out school repair contracts for $65 and $75 and $100 million to do a job that shouldn't cost one. They fatten and enrich finances by giving them road paving contracts that you will never see the bill. You'll never see the invoice. You'll never see it. In a nation where nobody knows of one smooth road. Nobody knows. Nobody knows who owns the pitch lake. Nobody knows who gets the money from the pitch lake. Nobody knows what's happening. Nobody's aware. And the people up until now felt like I had two choices. I had one choice really, to stand with a party against another party and hope for the best. Hope for the best and expect the worst, and you're usually not disappointed. You get the worst that you were expecting. That's our truth. That's our reality. But now it's changed because the Progressive Empowerment Party exists. A party founded on strong democratic principles. I will be contesting maybe the opposition in the party that others will contest. Or I may not contest at all. I may be satisfied with this as my role. Because I really want to say I don't want anything from this. I do this as national service. So I don't want a job. I don't want a contract. I don't want a shortcut. I don't want a blue light. I don't want nothing for this. We ask for a little bit of help. These things cost money. But for so far, I've been affording to be able to do it myself. I've been getting some help from some people, and I appreciate it. But this is our reality here, that we are at a crossroads. Trinidad, Mother Trinidad is in labor. We either give birth to a functional first world nation, or we give birth to a stillborn, dead, failed nation. And we get to decide what we do right now. I know that the PNM are discussing calling an election in 2018. I know that they are falling apart. I know that they can't survive another crisis. And I know that they can't out the fire with what is going on the port. They know that. So they don't know what happens next. I could tell them what happens next. Call an election. Dissolve the parliament. Give the people back their country. Give them a country badly limping and in need of rescuing, but give them back their country so that we can fix it. Yeah? That's where we are. All the talk we're talking, that's where we are. We need to rebuild a nation that our foreign-based Trinis, my brother left. My brother left Trinidad. There was nothing for my brother in Trinidad. My brother is a real estate mogul in Canada. He works for Canada Health. He has more degrees than a thermometer. He just got his doctorate. Start with nothing. Nobody helped him. And he is one of many stories of Trinidadians who could have barely make ends meet in Trinidad, 6 months in a foreign man land, posting pictures of their house, posting pictures of their car, posting pictures of their grocery trolleys overflowing with food. And in their country, where they come from, people suffering. And the shameful thing is, we spend more here in budgets per capita than most countries, most developed countries do per capita. We spend more per capita on our budget than the United States of America, and they have an army and a space program. Explain that to me. Explain that inconsistency. Explain that contradiction. How it is possible this could be our condition. How is that possible?
Your vote will decide our destiny. Your vote will decide what you want to be. Your vote can protect our country's fate. But use it well before it's too late. If it is that who you're voting, fail beyond a doubt.
When you're voting,
Vote them out. Vote them out. If it is they prove it to be only full amount. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now that change should come about. Just as how you vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. If they don't see, vote them out. State your finger and vote them out. Show them no mercy, vote them out. Vote them out with total skull and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again. Vote them out of power to be deterrent. Let's put our country together again.
I am attacked mercilessly, threatened, fighting lawsuits. You know what? I take it all out in stride. I want nothing for it. So my detractors can't call me, UNC can't call me PNM, PNM can't call me UNC. It's Syrians that suing me, so you can't say there's a Syrian party. And I don't want the position. I don't want the job. I watched Nigel Barry Mahabir post on Facebook that beware of people who have all the answers, and I had to laugh.
If for 30 years you voting them in, and his own riches,
Beware of who have all the answers. They already know to cheer all their mind up with.
and enslave your soul,
Promising you roads and giving you
and
potholes.
giving potholes. If they are the reason why the economy could sprout, when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. If it is the passing laws that them alone can flout, when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. If it is the building eyesores, east, west, north and south, the same way you vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. Totally vote them out. State your finger and vote them out. Rescue the country.
We have so many brilliant people. Why we don't have a technology university? Why we not helping people set up industry to build electronics, computers in the nation where the television set was invented? Why we not invested in our people? Our people go away and become the best in the world. Why we not invested in them here? Why? I don't understand that. Software development, app development. People become billionaires making cases for phones. Why we can't invest in our people? Give them a hand up.
If their policy is a policy, bureaucracy, a catastrophe, if they cannot cope, and you see him so, then your only hope is for them to go.
This week, the Port of Spain hospital, all surgeries were cancelled for a rat infestation. Now you tell me how we've spent $50 billion on healthcare in the last 10 years. We're spending $6,250 million this year. And we can't keep the hospital clean. This week, people went to San Fernando Hospital on appointment, were prepared for surgery, had drops put in their eyes, the cataracts people, and they had to send them home. No lenses. You tell me, how is that possible?
If it is fabrication, these statements that they spout, when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. If it is that frustration, does make you want to shout, when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. Before they misuse out, cheap votes sell out and mix out. If it you who vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. All of them, vote them out. Stick your finger and vote them out. Them on the system, vote them out. Put them out in Scarborough and import a spell. Let's put our country together again. Put them out in Komuto and in Larobet. Let's put our country together.
It is up to us, huh? It is up to us. Joke and fun aside, it is up to us. We need to wake up to the people who say, have a meeting here, have a meeting there. We will come anywhere. All you have to organize is a venue. Organize a venue for a cottage meeting in your area or a PEP rally. Contact Felicia Holder, any of the members, Ali G, Delwood, Lima, Giselle. Contact anybody and tell them we want to have the PEP in our community and we will do the rest.
People must come first, citizens by right. None of we are worse, yellow, black or white. Food, shelter and clothes, free movement and speech. A garden that grows, and one love for each. If it is that injustice is what they always show, when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. If it is that avarice is all they seem to know, show. When elections day come,
All mandates must go.
register and if they don't see, stain your finger and show them no mercy. Put them out with total scorn and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again.
PEP@gmail.com is the email address for those who want to contact. Send your constituency, your name, your telephone number, your email address if different from the message that it is coming from, and they will contact you and sign you up and bring you on board. Saturday at noon is the best line you will go to in a long time. Come and be a part of the change. Come and join the conversation. Come and add your voice. Come and stand up in the meeting and say, Philip Alexander, I know thing about you. I come to confront you. I sitting down right there. Come and tell me. All this talk, all I want to talk, come face to face. Because I want to tell you why we're doing this, why I doing this. And one of two things will happen in our meeting. You will either leave there still hating me, or you'll sign up. One of those two things will happen. But let me stop the old talk and the move along and the bacchanal. Let me get down to the realities of Trinidad and Tobago. Our country is sinking. It is burning down. The bandit clan, they are taking and going. That's why you can't get US. They're making sure they escape route done organized. I'm running down yacht club, jumping in a Bertram and gone. Leaving you and your family to fight up when this thing turn old mass. Trinidad is collapsing. Nothing is working. None of the people that you consider leaders are leading. Look around you. Look around you. What will it take? What has to happen? Make sure you don't wait till it's too late. We could fail. I tell people we have two massive mountains ahead of us. The mountain to get into government and the mountain after that to fix this country. I'm not deluded. I know how abused. I hear the Stockholm syndrome. We like it so. We jamming still. All this bullshit. They're racist. You're not black enough. You're not white enough. You're not Syrian enough. You're not wherever. I hear all of it. But I'm still betting on the fact that Trinidadians, for the first time, getting raw, factual information. Because they're taking on the talking heads. They're going and check. But this man talking sense. Coming back and telling me. I read it. My detractors, my haters have to say his plans, his policies, spot on. I don't like him. I don't like how it is look. I don't like how it is sung. I don't like the copy that's drink from. All that's cool. But let's fix the country now. This is not about me. This is not about me. The Progressive Empowerment Party belongs to the nation. One people under one flag. We want to end this racism. We want to end the separation. We want to end the nonsense tribalism that has allowed the bandit clan to rape you and your family for the past 55 years. And you give them a chance, they rape you for the next 55 to come. Let us fix it. Come out in your numbers. Come tomorrow. Come at noon. Next week, Saturday at 6 p.m. Next week, Saturday at noon, we're in the office. And next week, Saturday at 6 p.m., we're in Barrackpore. We're doing this consistently. We're committed to this. We're committed to this. Come and be a part of it. Yes? We need your assistance. We need your help. We need your ideas. We need your time. Volunteer. Buy barbecue tickets. Give us a little donation. Join the party and spread the word. Anything that you could do to help, do that. Bloom where you're planted. Do what you could do. Work with what you have. Start there. Let's go forward together. We could change this nation in 5 years. Trinidad and Tobago could be a shining example of what a proper run country could be. This beautiful island in the sun. This nation that God took his time to make. This beautiful paradise to be. We could make it so. For ourselves and for our children. So let's do it now. Let's get together and do it. We have one shot. This is it. This is it. People are waking up. They're standing up. They're speaking up. Great. Now let's come together. All of us. Put aside petty differences. Think big picture. Emotional intelligence. Let's work together. Rescue the nation. Yes? To those of you who are coming tomorrow, I will see you at noon in Stanmore Avenue. We're not going to have any more videos this weekend until Monday. So see you tomorrow and see you Monday night at 8 o'clock, those who don't come tomorrow. Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.